Welcome, everyone. We are Clean Slate Showrunners. It's a podcast where the slate is clean, and I am keen to have conversation with some of the most amazing people. Welcome to the Clean Slate Show.
Thank you so much.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you. Take one.
Maybe set on him. And then, he would.
To me, you have to go a little bit, keep your hands to yourself.
So, all right, we can start, right? What's been going? How are you guys doing? Breakfast masu khadu tu.
Today?
Haan.
I think I just had the kitchen reno. So basically, first day we started using the guest stove. So we had
Kitchen
like
reno?
Yeah,
Renovation.
Yep.
That's what happens when you don't hang out
Kitchen
with them. It's a renovation.
No, I mean I'm going to test you guys too on Gen Z.
I knew that.
Is that all?
I knew.
I know.
Yeah, I think like renovation is a longer word, so use reno.
You know, I have things with abbreviations. Some land, some don't.
Some
Most of them
don't.
don't land with
Yeah.
me.
But it needs to be a general like abbreviation. So you cannot make your own abbreviation and say like, oh, everybody should know it.
Then what has Gen Z been doing?
No.
They are making their own
It's been
abbreviation.
adapted, like in Gen Z.
But they make their own.
What is the coolest Gen Z slang that we've all
FOMO.
learned?
I was going to hold off. Or you guys want to start with that directly? Jump to the hardest topic.
I mean, since we're already
I
there.
think FOMO is my thing. Like
See,
it's-
FOMO?
I
fear
have
of missing
two.
out.
I have two brother-in-laws.
The
Person-
new Delulu is probably my favorite.
I don't
what does
even know.
Dilulu mean? hold on. Let's try to guess because I'm telling you the fun part is in that.
Delulu.
It's and for what I've learned so far is what actually you think it means. It never means that.
Yeah, but like
Gen Z
I
term.
never heard about
Dilulu
it.
is like what?
Delulu is
Lovey-dovey?
one. No.
Delulu.
You know how Michael Scott was about his life? He was
Delusional.
Exactly.
Oh, damn. Delulu.
Delulu.
Oh my god! All right.
I think it reminds me of like Ranbir Kapoor's song Lulu. Lulu. What movie was that? I think Gemma he
Galti
played,
se mistake वालों?
yeah.
Oh, Jagga
Ah.
Jasus.
Yeah. Neil would know. All right. You guys know what? So yesterday we were watching Hum Aapke Hai Kaun. It was me, my two brother-in-laws.
And Tuffy.
Yeah. So no. So my brother-in-law.
Question.
First of all, yeah.
Why?
Hum Aapke Hai Kaun is a good movie, man.
Okay.
I think
It's a
like
classic,
from that. So okay. So let's go.
I
with
wasn't
your
hoping
question.
like our generation will debate if Hum Aapke Hai Kaun is good
No,
or
no,
not.
I love it. I'm just
Or
saying.
even question why.
On a Saturday night, when you have youngsters and when you have young people around you, kids, why would you watch Hum Aapke Hai Kaun?
We
I think
kind
to
of
get them to the roots, back to the roots.
Firstly, I want to thank you for considering me as a young person.
No, I was saying your brother-in-laws are young people.
So it's been a
becomes
minute.
cool.
What does it mean?
It's been a minute. It's been a.
It's been a long time that he was.
Yeah,
in
so
that movie.
it's been a minute means ke aju ek minute pehla.
But I think in Gen Z terms, he's trying to say that minute is like way.
Oh, like a
back.
long time ago.
Yeah,
long time
and
ago.
I am
Yeah.
like, when we went to Germany, they are literal. I like to take things literally.
Yeah.
If you say that,
But it's like minute is a very bad phrase to use because it's very close. If it's like, oh, it's been like a little bit ago or something, it might make sense. But
Yeah, I would have not guessed.
yeah.
and they also have a term for even long as it's been a hot minute.
A hot minute.
Means it's been forever.
Oh wow.
Damn.
Yeah.
But I think like for Hum Aapke Kaun, the memory I have is like Rajshree's Theatres in Gandhinagar.
Oh no. Oh.
Me too. I saw it there.
I think it was like epic when the curtains opened, and I think I was scared. I was like, man, something is crazy. And I think there was like few months there, like the movie ran over there, or not
Yeah.
like
a
few
long
years.
time.
This is for me. This is the only movie that I remember because I watched this movie not with anybody else but my grandparents.
Oh, nice.
That's the only movie I remember because it was just the three of us. We went, and because obviously it's a family movie. They
Yeah.
were my grandma was
Crying.
no very eager to watch, and I was I think all but 5 years old or something when I watched this movie for the first
So
time.
if you're 5 years old, we would be 6 years old, man. It's not like that far away.
I'll be
But-
7.
But that was
Yeah.
my memory about this movie. I never realized. I mean, I didn't like it to begin
Really?
with because I was too young.
I thought
But-
like when I saw the movie, I think like the last scene when the sister-in-law dies.
Yeah.
I think when
Spoiler
the
alert.
people like started crying and stuff, that's when I realized like people cry during the movie. I
Yeah.
never
Yeah.
knew that something like which is fake in a way. When a kid, like I used to laugh for everything. So it was the first time I saw people crying during the movie.
It was
It was an emotional like
phase.
yeah. I think it's before Ekta Kapoor like
ruined the
Yeah.
family
Yeah.
genre.
I think like Suraj Barjatya was like the first person to tap that.
OG.
Yep.
My memory is like, as usual, we were like 30, 32 people. We
A
went
normal
to-
night get together.
we-
Like a normal dinner
It's a
get
zip
together.
code.
Yeah.
We always go to zip code.
all of my family, Masa, and I think we went to our world. There's a
Yep.
theater near our world.
No. Rajastri theater was
Rajshri.
Rajshri was in like sector
Gandhinagar.
32 of Gandhinagar. It was the
Somewhere
initial-
around
yeah,
that.
Yeah.
Our world was also somewhere around that.
No, our world is Adalaj.
But somewhere around that there was a theater.
Outside of Ahmedabad. Yeah.
We were sitting outside, and I think somebody had said that we have a hookup, and the hookup never happened. So we never went in. We came back. And then,
Oh, hookup. Oh, God, guys.
Hookup means like setting it. Handshake. I mean, yeah, our term is handshake. They had a handshake.
Hookup.
There is
Hookup
nothing.
nahi. In Indian word, what they say like
Setting.
setting.
Yeah, setting. Jugaad.
Setting or hookup or
Jugaad.
something. Yeah, not hookup.
Ah.
You can use hookup in multiple different ways.
Yeah, but like usually when you say hookup, like in US or anybody like in
Yeah.
Western country, hookup is always like
Exactly.
dating
We-
somebody or like going out.
Yeah, that's true. You guys know what slaps means?
Slaps. I knew, but I guess it's not relevant anymore.
Then the way this face was introduced to me was that this burger slapped me.
This burger slapped me.
So basically, like give it to me, I guess.
Give it to you? What?
Oh.
No, it's not a dirty term. It's a good
Burger
term.
slapped
No,
me.
burger, right?
Yeah.
Oh, does it mean that the burger was so delicious?
Yeah, it's
Oh, really?
good.
I mean, I just joined two and two
Slapped
together.
me. The burger slapped me. I was like, why would he slap you? It can't slap you. And then he's like, no, it's really good. I'm like, you could have just said that.
Yeah.
Are you guys happy in your life? Like, what do you guys do for happiness?
So what do you define happiness?
Just happy means I love my life. Like, I'm not even love, because there are ups and downs, but I have the power to, not let something influence me. I want myself
Then
to be
I think
happy.
it's a different definition for happiness for everybody, to be honest.
Are you happy in your life?
Like, I'm happy, like, work-wise. I'm happy with, like, everything. I might not be happy saying that, okay, like, oh, I want to make something bigger than what I have. Yeah, but that's not being happy. I think it's being happy is getting, like,
It's a simple yes or no question.
Yeah. Are you happy or not? I
yeah,
just asked that.
yes.
Are you happy?
Yeah.
Okay, so you have no. You're. What do you do for happiness? Why are you happy?
I think it's just the family, to be honest, friends and family makes me happy. It's like, I don't have to think twice when I talk with you guys or my family that, oh, there's going to be some, like, somebody's going to, like, have anger, like, or somebody's going to think this or somebody's going to think that. I think just like, okay, I can be myself. So that's why I'm happy. It's like same thing, like, if I'm like something different, like I have to act differently every single time when I talk with you, then I might not be happy from inside. But
Okay.
with you guys or with my family, I just like can be what I am
Okay.
or what I stand for at the end of the day. Like my political view might be different than you guys. My thinking of like stuff can be different than you guys, but I can like share it. And I know that, hey, you're not going to keep grudge on me if I say something like, hey, you're like not doing this right.
We'll talk about it later.
Yeah. So
So Neil, are you happy?
Yeah, I am. And I will not take a second before answering that, because like I said, my priorities are very simple. I'm not chasing anything in life. All right. I'm taking life as it comes to me. Ever since I've had children, I've realized that my sort of happiness revolves around, like he said, the family and friends aspect. Touch wood, the work is good. Everything else is secondary for me at that point. But if there is a good support system of people around you, everything else kind of will fall into place and it'll follow. So my definition is simple. If you're not chasing anything in life, happiness will come to you. Very subjective.
but I'm critical because I'm not liberal. I cannot say everything is good.
Yeah. Agreed.
That's true.
So
Yeah, sometimes the garbage I watch times and I'm happy doing
I think
it.
We will call out garbage.
Yeah,
If
yeah.
it's garbage, we'll say it's
Yeah.
the
pathetic.
first thing I remember like discussing about this kind of topic was when he said Joker,
Joker.
was an
Yeah, my
amazing
God. Oh my
movie.
goodness.
That's actually not
No,
true.
he didn't say amazing. He said, oh, he watched it and he's like, oh, I like it. Not
No,
bad.
you can watch it.
You can
I
watch it.
never
I was
even said I
like-
liked it. I
You
have
did
not
not
even
say it was
finished the
amazing.
movie.
You did not say it was amazing, but you said, oh,
I have not even finished the whole movie.
Doesn't matter.
Which Joker are you talking about?
But joke?
The one that came out right now.
No.
We are talking about
the
Akshay
OG.
Kumar Joker.
Even that's garbage. The one that came out, the second part. Well, that's garbage.
No,
No.
they were
There
talking
is
about
a
the
second
Walking Phoenix.
Walking
Yeah.
Phoenix,
No,
yeah.
but that's also not that good. The reviews
Yeah.
are bad. I haven't
Yeah,
seen
yeah.
it. I'm going to see it.
I was
I'm not
actually
gonna not
hoping.
see it.
I was actually hoping to watch that movie, and I was
Yeah.
hoping the movie would be nice,
But it's
especially because the first part was so good. But
I didn't watch either of.
it's a
you
poo.
should. It's
First one is
shot in
very
our
good.
hometown.
Yeah,
No,
Newark.
New
And I'm
Jersey.
surprised you
I
will
like-
go gaga over it.
I
Yeah.
was like,
No pun intended.
Yeah, no pun intended. But like the first, it's you from your point of view. I think you would definitely like it.
Yeah.
Yeah, those good times, man. And, all right, there's only one thing left there, right?
Least happening playlist for music. Probably
See, I didn't choose the best one because it would have been me.
Yeah, correct. I think me. I think he would still have music from like 80s and 90s and 60s, whatever. I think he's amongst the three of us. I think he's the biggest listener of 80s, 70s, and 80s, like Kishore Kumar and Mohammad Rafi.
He even sings like
Yeah.
Raat Ko Teri Gaani.
Yeah,
We have seen that. Someday, if audience says it, we'll make Dhrumit sing.
but my choice is very like limited. I don't listen to music that much.
I think definitely him. I think he doesn't listen. Like he adapts. Like if somebody's listening, he might like it, then he would play it.
Yeah,
I think that's what like I learned. I think in college, I think I was like, oh, this like like listen to Dave D, and then he would like listen, and then he would like, oh, I like it,
Yeah.
and this is like some kind of music that I would like. Amit Trivedi like would be, then he would follow that
Yeah.
like if you like remember like I was like first person to introduce Indian Ocean, saying that oh like
It's a good band.
Kandisha like like
Yeah.
oh Mareva and like and he was like oh like I would like push him like oh we want to go to like a
I'm
show.
open to good music. I'm not saying
Yeah,
that,
yeah.
but I don't have a good playlist. I mean, I have a playlist of my own, but I
Right.
don't think it's
It's
that
like he
great.
doesn't listen like
It's
to-
not that great for you guys. I mean, I have my own choices.
No,
For
I think it's
me-
not good for him either.
For me,
I think
like,
my music genre is like very different than like both of you.
yeah.
Yeah.
From my point of view, hands down, I have zero doubt. You both play suck.
Yeah.
Because
I think for party, your music
Party is
list
your-
is
not
like,
just party, you guys have a very specific taste.
Yeah.
That you like,
Yeah.
and I have like no like boundary. I listen to any country's music, anything.
Yeah, there's not like I
And,
listen to different country, but like I like calming. Like I don't like who like
Yeah.
not going crazy. Like I might like that for a day or two,
Right.
but the third day I want to just go back.
You
to
want to cry with Arijit Singh and
It's
Amit Trivedi and
no,
all.
no,
Like,
it's like different words.
not
and
cry,
stuff.
but like you want
Different
to
lyrics.
low key.
Not low key. I think it's
Easy,
just like
nice.
what makes sense. Like what
Okay.
I don't know who I was talking with. I think it was yesterday or day before. I don't know who I was talking with. I just realized how big of a star Diljit Dosanjh is just this week.
He's huge.
He's huge. I did not know that.
Humongous.
Because he's
I
not
had no
following
idea.
social
Ha,
media.
I had no idea.
See, bro.
I have no idea.
But he's big.
I think it's like
Next
Dhrumit,
level.
I was talking
Ed
to you. Diljit Dosanjh, right? We said 2 days ago. Remember?
yeah.
Yeah. I was like, I have
Yeah.
no idea.
Blown
Yeah.
up, bro. He's
Yeah.
blown up.
No, I don't know.
he's-
Ed
Sure.
Sheeran and like
Yeah.
he's like
Yeah.
everywhere O2 and like
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I think this is a perfect spot. Again, like there are so many topics when you are sitting with somebody who knows you very well, and then you still want to keep doing this. So we'll see where this goes, and in future I would definitely want to get you back. Something really basic. Do you remember your first job that you got paid for?
Oh, yeah.
What was your first job?
My first job was at the AMC Theater in Hamilton.
Oh wow, I've seen so many movies there.
So when it was first being built,
Wow.
I went in for a job interview in like a trailer. And I was going to be at the ticketing booth when
Okay.
they opened up. So on opening night, that was my first day, first job of that movie theater. And by far my favorite. Because I got to watch free movies, got free concession snacks, and I got to be with my best friend because me and my best friend also started there together, and it was so much fun.
Do you believe in aura? Or
I do believe in aura, and you're not the first person that's actually told me that.
Right.
It's kind of like a lot of people that I've met, and I'm not trying to toot my own horn,
You can because
but my friends all feel the same way. Like even my in-laws side of the family, like when they know I'm going to be there, they just have this different excitement. And if I'm not there, they're just like, why are you not here?
right.
I get that a lot. And, I don't know. I don't do anything. I just, like I said, I think it's my positivity. I try to always be positive,
Right.
and enjoy like every moment that I can, because there's so far in between, right?
Right.
These moments, these times. And I just know so many people who haven't had the opportunity or have passed on, and I try not to take advantage of all of that, you
Right.
know, and I try to teach the same with my kids that, like, listen, we are blessed and we need to acknowledge that.
Yes.
We have a privilege that we do not understand and that we take advantage of, which is to be alive, to be healthy, to have family,
Right.
and you know, money is not the only thing that's considered as privilege,
Right.
right?
Right.
Like both my kids have both of their grandparents. Me and my husband have our parents.
Oh yeah.
You know, we have this amazing, loving family,
Right.
a great group of friends. It's not just about the house. It's not just about cars. You know, that's
Right.
not what privilege is. Privilege is to be able to connect with people. And I do not take that for granted.
Right.
And I teach that to my kids. And I think my husband and I are both on the same page with that,
Yeah.
in that level. And so, you know, every opportunity that we can be happy and positive,
Right.
we take that.
No. Let's talk some lighter stuff now, because
Yeah.
we spent good amount of time, but I really hope that everyone kind of should understand this, because this show talks about happiness and positivity,
Yeah.
and there is so much negativity right now in the world.
Mhm.
And I do want everyone to understand that I think it's really okay to wait. I mean, if you are not something that's going in your favor, don't lose hope. Don't do anything
Absolutely.
don't do anything negative. Don't do anything
Yeah.
wrong. Again, if you feel, like you're getting triggered by something, just talk to somebody, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Don't keep it in you.
Absolutely. And the other thing about triggers, everybody has triggers, right? I have my
Right.
triggers too. There's times where there's certain things, certain people that when I'm around them, I start to feel a certain type of way, and I recognize that in myself. And I, you know, even if it's family,
Right.
right? Like there are people that I have to associate with on a daily basis, but they
Right.
stress me out.
Right.
But I go into it with that notion a little bit, and when I can avoid it, I try to avoid it. There's times where you can't avoid it, and you
Yeah.
just kind of have to deal with it, and then you move on.
Right.
I think that's the most important thing, is that, like, it's a small time. You move on. You try not to dwell on it.
Right.
And, you know, it is
Let it just happen, and just stay in the present. Just focus on yourself.
stay in the present. Exactly.
There's one very interesting quote that I had read, and it was on my phone's screenshot before kids were born. Then kids took over all the screenshots and everything.
Of course.
But that quote really said that don't let actions of others
yeah.
impact your inner peace.
Exactly.
Let in my mom, when I was trying to tell you, I'm going all over the place right now, but that's why I said, like, my mom, whenever I feel like low or anything, first of all, mothers know.
yeah.
Mothers know everything. Even if you try to hide from them, they know.
They know.
And
Absolutely.
and what she tells me is that it's their action,
Yeah.
nothing to do with you.
Yeah.
So first of
Exactly.
all,
Exactly.
you have no reason to cry, complain, or get even angry, or even like show emotions,
Yeah.
because that's their action.
Yeah.
Did you understand why that person did that?
Mhm.
And I'm like, why is it my job to understand why that person behaved in such a way? She's like, try attempting to do it once, and then you will very quickly get out of this situation.
Yeah.
So, Ms Kerry, welcome to the show. Welcome to we are clean slate showrunners, which means we have a clean slate. I have no assumption, no presumption about you up till this moment. So, you and me are going to fill this slate, empty slate, with our conversation.
Excellent.
During the process, I'll tell you exactly why you are here.
Okay.
Because the first thing when I spoke to you about, you were curious as to why me, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's what everyone says whenever I approach someone. Maybe this is because it's the beginning. So there is something that you don't see that I see about you, and the reason why I said was the concept of aura and vibes, right?
Yes.
So every time I met you, so we spoke at length the very first time in your office, if you remember, when me and Shivani were there, and
Yeah.
so confused. Zane was just barely born, and we were wondering if daycare, not daycare, what happens with daycare. I had anxieties to let him go away from me. Shivani had major anxieties, right? We spoke at length. I would have told you my name briefly, but I didn't tell you. I didn't keep saying my name enough times. What got me really intrigued also was months later I came to pick up Zane, and you were in your office from the aquarium,
Yes,
and you yelled "Hi Halak," right?
I did.
And I was like, how is she doing that? And every time I was around you, it was just happiness, smile. I think kids felt calmer. Uh, he was definitely not calmer around me as he was around you, and you met him for the first time.
Yeah.
That got me really fascinated. You such a happy energy.
Thanks.
How do you do? Is it just because you have grown up to doing it, or you're always like this?
I'm not quite sure. I've been told that before. I sometimes see it when someone points it out to me, like you just did. Other times, I don't know. Personally speaking, I think I'm a very optimistic person. I think you have to find the good in everybody. You have to find the good in every situation because there's so much bad in the world. I am one of 7. I'm the middle of 7 children. So I've always been, I don't know. I don't know. I just find happiness. If I need to be happy, right? There's days where I'm like every other human being. I just am, I have my moments. I'm a woman. I have my moments. But generally speaking, I just think it's my job in the world to be as kind as I can. To be happy. I just think if you exude happiness, then people exude happiness. So, how does that, how do kids get that way? Yes, if a child is in an abusive household, they're going to grow up very differently than your child, right? Who's not in an abusive household. Christmas, my upbringing, the way I grew up, it wasn't great. My brothers and I basically raised ourselves. My older siblings were never around. I probably saw things at a young age that I probably shouldn't have seen. And I wasn't able to talk about it with my mom because she was doing the best she could raising 7 kids.
Yeah.
Right?
Single mom and raising 7 kids it's really, really challenging.
It is.
And also trying to do justice for each and every child, because you don't want child to feel that, okay, I'm not being taken care of more than my other
sibling. I grew up being called the favorite. I was my mom's favorite. I was, my mom's sisters were like, you're your mom's baby, just walk away, of course we don't want to talk. And I'm like, I didn't ask for that role, right? I just tried to insert myself, like I said, where I can be most helpful, most comfortable, most resourceful, most reliable.
Instantly, I'll make a decision and I'll just, without thinking twice, I know what I need to do and I'll go for it, and then I'll figure it out on the journey how it should be done. This podcast show is impulse. It's not an impulsive. This was my passion to do this, and it was my calling. I was waiting for my calling. Maybe I got my calling, but there was a lot of procrastination. I'm like, yeah, I'll do it. And then there was a final good kick in the butt that Shivani gave me. I was like, you gotta do it. Because you want to do it. She is a beast when it comes to raising kids and raising me. Because I feel like she has 3 kids. I am very impulsive. I like to, do different things. And she's always been so supportive in trying to me get there. So being able to do this, it's like big huge part is what she's doing.
What am I doing? People will approach you and like speak a foreign language, right? Because even if you understand English, it's their language. They're coming to you. So maybe your child is English is not, especially in America, and especially in this area, English is not spoken at home, right? So now you have to, you're in the middle of Siberia, and all these people are approaching you and they're touching you and they're grabbing at you and you're like, get away from me, right? So when I say that to a parent, when they give me the opportunity to explain my short answer of, yes, I know they're crying, and they think that Ms Kerry is heartless, I'm actually farthest from it, right? I know what at that moment is happening in that's why I said I think like a 2-year-old, I think like a 3-year-old. I know what they're thinking, and I would never want people touching me and grabbing at me and picking me up and holding me when the farthest thing I want to do is hide in the corner and wait for my mom or dad to come back. Trust your child, trust your relationship. Stay calm in those moments where you think you're losing it most, because that's when your child needs you the most. So when a 2-year-old, 3-year-old is having a meltdown, it is okay. Release yourself from parent guilt, that it's okay that they're having this meltdown. And then when they're done, try to, I saw you were upset, acknowledge that they were upset and that it's okay, but now you need to know why. Tell them why. And as you get older with your older children, and this is coming from a parent speaking, be honest with your child again and explain to them the why. Don't use because my dad said, because my mom said, because your grandmother said. Those do have important moments, but explain to them why. And if they're still going to go proceed with their direction, be there to pick them up, because they are going to fall, and that's the teachable moment.
Take my photo.
Okay, you can put this headphones on. Hello everyone, welcome everyone, and welcome to Clean Slate Showrunner.
And that spiritual energy, you can't put it into words sometimes because it's just his aura.
Oh, very nice. It's a learning process, even for you. Go back and watch yourself, make adjustments for future.
Me, your host Halak, signing off.
See you in season 2.